Hey CG, I'm Nick.
And I'm Madison.
And we have your weekly broadcast for Friday, March 6, 2015.
A few quick updates and changes are taking place with the Trojan tickets. Starting this month, the wheel will be available to spin every other week during lunches. Drawing winners will also be announced at this time during lunches. Remember, if you have 2 tickets, you can spin. Or if you don't want to spin, you can bring your tickets to the assistant principal's office to enter into the drawing.
All college-bound CG students and their parents should attend the college fair at the University of Indianapolis Dome on Tuesday, March 10th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Sign in at the CG table by the entrance and speak with your choice of college personnel of over 100 colleges. This is a great way to expand your college search and learn about admissions, financial, and more sport opportunities.
And in club news, attention! If your star is participating in the 2015 CG Dodgeball competition, you must turn in your $30 to Mrs. Harden's room by this Friday. T-shirts for Riley will also be sold at lunch from March 16th to March 20th, the week of the tournament. RSVP will be coming to your star either March 12th or March 13th. Freshmen and half of the sophomores will be participating on Thursday the 12th, while the other half of the sophomores and juniors will be participating on Friday the 13th.
Student council elections for the 2015-2016 year are coming up. If you would like to run for a class officer position, pick up an application in Ms. Harden's room 224. All applications are due by 3 p.m. next Thursday, March the 10th, to room 224. If you would like to join student council but not in a leadership position, those applications will be available next fall. Thanks, CG.
It is March Madness, basketball fans. Anyone interested in playing intramural basketball, sign up in the athletic office. When? March 16th through March 20th. Where? West Gym. Time 3 to 4:30. Contact Mrs. McClurg for questions. Everyone is invited.
Our first feature today is about the many changes coming soon to the AP testing. Drew Martin brings us the info on the changes.
Changes to the AP US History exam are coming this year. We took time to talk to Mr. Frank about the expected changes.
The changes this year, the AP test has been in the same format and framework for the past 40 years. But this year, more flexibility. Teachers can teach different topics to illustrate certain key concepts.
The test is changing to a more analytical exam with short answer and practical application questions in addition to multiple choice.
This year I've changed the chronology compared to what our seniors experienced. I'm having to teach some additional technique, short answer. The document-based question format has changed a little bit. A lot of teachers in this country have felt that the AP test was the curriculum was too restrictive. There was a one-year race and cramming facts one after another, and that didn't reflect real historical skills and interpretation. And the class was becoming for many people almost like reading a phone book. How many facts can you get on the paper, but at the same time making sense of that. So there's much more analysis going on these days.
Several states have even considered banning AP US History, claiming that the test does not praise America enough.
It really brings into question what's the purpose of history. Certainly, great things about America are going to continue to be taught, but there are many people that are just uncomfortable with subjects like slavery and labor problems in American history, or Indian removal and Japanese Americans being interned during World War II, and they'd almost rather those problems go away rather than dealing with them. Very sad that history would be taught in an attempt to deliberately distort it.
The short answer question timing will increase by 5 minutes from 45 to 50 minutes, and the free response section timing will decrease by 5 minutes from 60 to 55 minutes. Visit the College Board website to learn more about the changes to the AP US History exam, along with possible changes to other AP programs.
Thanks, Drew. This past week, many students were seen in wacky and colorful outfits. This was because of the yearly Spectrum Day in physics. Race Patterson brings us the story.
2015 is the year of light, so it's a very good year for Spectrum Days. Turnout was really good. I enjoyed the musical stylings of everybody. Very fantastic.
Some of Red's best friends are strawberries, raspberries, and watermelons.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing with the crew, shooting up some e-ball, and then out the blue.
Let's all get excited for Spectrum Day.
An ode to yellow. I'd rather be writing one. A haiku will do.
Next up, Hannah Bumps brings us a feature on one of the foreign language teachers, Mrs. Makmur.
Miss Makmur is our Spanish and Japanese teacher here at Center Grove.
In some ways, I feel like the foreign language chose me. I began teaching English to a Japanese family, and I'd always had this interest in Japanese. When I saw them writing and I heard them speaking Japanese, I just thought it was beyond anything that I could ever do. And then later on, the way things evolved, I started taking Japanese at Kansas University and ended up teaching English in Japan.
Aside from teaching, Miss Makmur is a very adventurous person.
So some adventures that I have had, I photographed presidents. I remember going to the presidential palace one time, and there was Turbay Ayala, who was the president, and had to take some pictures of him. We did professional sports. I shot professional soccer. I met some of the Kennedys.
But a question Miss Makmur is always asked is sometimes hard to explain.
I am sometimes asked what is my favorite to teach, if it is Japanese or Spanish, and the answer is yes. One of my favorite parts about Japanese was having kids in my class for 3, 4, or even 5 years and seeing them really develop into competent speakers and writers of the language. Some of those students hosted Japanese kids in their homes. I got to know their families. They traveled to Japan with me. And it was just it was a wonderful experience. When I made the transition to Spanish, I was a little nervous about that I wouldn't have that same kind of feeling or connection with students. And I was very pleased to discover that towards the end of first semester, or even sooner, that I felt that same connection with the students and seeing them on an every other day basis and helping them learn and giving them tools. And I am happy to report that I truly do enjoy teaching Spanish and getting to know those kids. It is my hope that students who learn Spanish, and there's a cultural element to that too, that you feel that you can be of service to people who are in our country and may not speak English or not speak it well, that you can help those people have a happier, better experience here in the U.S.
Thanks, Hannah. The girls' track season is readily approaching. Katie Mays and Andrea Bosca bring us the update.
The first girls' indoor track meet is approaching. The girls are getting prepared and pumped for March 6th. They are excited to see how they will do this season, as well as seeing how their teammates will do. Tori Long explains what her favorite part of indoor track is.
My favorite part of indoor track would probably have to be the fact that it's the beginning of our meets and it's kind of the commencement of the season, and it's getting us excited for all the big meets we have going on later in the year.
There will be some challenges that Long and the other teammates will have to face.
I think for the team in general, the biggest challenge is going to be all the new girls who've had come out, because we have a lot of depth this year, which is great for us. It's kind of new, so kind of be competitive but interesting to see where everyone falls into place.
The indoor track season is different than the outdoor track season. Long explains how.
For me personally, it's hurdles, because indoor track they don't have hurdles and outdoor track they do. And then also kind of for everybody, outdoor track it's 1 lap versus 2 indoor, and it's just kind of, for me it's more fun running outside in the warm.
Taylor Hickey also explains how the indoor and outdoor track season is different to her.
It's like the preview to the actual season, and it kind of shows everyone where everyone is, and you get to see all the talent for the year.
Taylor Hickey also explains the challenges that the girls' track members will face this year.
I'll be picking who is going to be on the parade, and then just like in it, like who's going in each position, because we have a lot of good girls this year, so it'll be a fight.
Olivia Russell is excited about this season.
I'd say the best part of indoor track is just being able to prepare for the outdoor season.
Olivia has a goal for this season.
I would really like to beat Warren.
The girls' synagogue track team is very close.
I have a really good bond with my teammates. I would say it's mostly because we go through really hard workouts together, and we're always like pushing each other and encouraging each other, and it really helps create a strong bond.
Thanks, ladies. Another spring event is also quickly approaching, the Spring Play. This spring's production is The Curious Savage, a zany and funny story about greed, friendship, and the true meaning of crazy. I bring you a feature on the cast. CG Theater Department is currently preparing for this spring's production of The Curious Savage. We took a look backstage and sat down with the cast to interview them about their characters.
My favorite part of the show pretty much is when everybody is on stage, all the characters are on stage, including the family, and it just gets really chaotic, and I really enjoy that. I also like the messages that the show tends to or tries to bring out, and our people are really interpreting the lines really well.
I'm Katie Swaney, and I play Fairy May.
I'm Madison Smith, and I play Florence Williams.
I'm Jeffrey Robinson, and I play Jeffrey Meredith.
My character loves to be the center of attention all the time, and she lies constantly to get people's attention, and she thinks she is the most beautiful girl in the world.
My character lost her baby when she was when she was younger. She lost her baby, and she couldn't deal with losing her baby, so now she thinks she has a baby when she really doesn't. John Thomas.
My character thinks that his face was really badly scarred in the war, so he just keeps his hand there the whole time.
My name's Elise, and I play Mrs. Patty. My name's Sarah Porter, and I play Mrs. Wilmine. Mine is kind of like a 5-year-old. She doesn't talk much, and she hates electricity. My character's the nurse, so I guess I take care of a lot of the patients that I'm not crazy.
My name is Jacob Leachman, and I play Titus, and I am a politician, and I'm a mean person.
My name is Alexandra Edmonster, and I play Lilybell Savage, and I am terrible, I am mean, I'm a brat, and it's been great.
Nightingale, and I play Hannibal. Hannibal used to be a statistician, but he got fired, so he took up the violin, which he is not very good at.
My name's Dustin Evans, and I'm playing Dr. Emmett, and he's just a super professional doctor who cares a lot about his patients and just runs the facility and deals with all the madness.
Show. It's just it's funny, and it's got a great message. So that's why we're doing this show. April 17th, 18th, and 19th. 17th and 18th at 7:30, and the 19th at 2:30. And you can get tickets online, or at the door, or during lunch.
Thanks, Nick. Spring break is nearly here. Lacey Siderwitz and Mackenzie England bring us a feature on the pros and cons of tanning salons.
As spring break approaches, many students are going to local tanning salons such as Endless Summer to prepare for the spring break season.
So anytime that you get a sunburn, that alters your DNA, and if that happens, it could lead to an increased risk for melanoma, skin cancer, things like that. So tanning in the tanning beds is especially bad.
The risk of melanoma is 75% higher for people who start tanning indoors before age 35.
Personally, for me, I'm not allowed to go tanning because skin cancer runs in my family.
So my recommendation is that you avoid going to the tanning salons and instead do spray tans.
Indoor tanning can lead to skin aging, immune suppression, and eye damage.
I had some bad experiences with the sun, and I have had skin cancer removed because I've overexposed myself and probably didn't use sunscreen like I should have, so I'm definitely against tanning.
Out of the 28 million people who tan indoors, 2.3 million are teens.
I think it's beneficial so I don't get burnt in Florida.
I usually tan before spring break, that way I don't get burned when I'm on the beach and stuff.
Yeah, it's probably pretty bad, but I get pretty brown tan from it, so
I do it anywhere.
I go to in the summer. I go about 2 to 3 times a week, and I just like going and getting dark.
Even though there are many risks associated with tanning, there are ways you can help minimize the danger and protect your skin.
I feel like if you use it for protection so you like don't burn when you're on spring break, I feel like that could be a reason to go tanning.
I would highly go against the tanning bed because, gosh, it's awful. So I would recommend going outside to tan instead.
Make sure that you put sunscreen on or lotion so that you don't get burnt or get dry skin.
And if you're going to go out in the sun, use a sunscreen like a 50 SPF.
Thanks, ladies. And that's all we have for you this week, CG. Have a great weekend.